Hi there, Dr. Gary here on the road. We we sell dental practices nationwide. We're dental practice brokers. I was a dentist for 25 years, now doing the dental practice brokerage for 14. Today's topic is misinformation and erroneous information gets into the ear of the dental practice buyer. We'll talk about that today. So as you know, we're in 22 states. We just opened up, I think this was Alabama and Louisiana. Also, we did a big marketing push to Ohio, picked up a lot of big practices there. So let's stay in touch about that. We have the 10 employees now, including 2 CPA accountants who are available to you 363 days a year, only taking off Christmas and Easter. We are now available to you from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, including every day, Sundays, whatever day it is, we're available to you. So just give us a call and we will we'll get it together. Now, our phone number is 201-663-0935, and our website is dentalpracticeguide.com or nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com. Everything you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes only, not legal advice. Now, if you're thinking about selling to those big DSOs, call us, because we work with them all. We know who the best ones are. We know who's having trouble, who's having financial issues, who is merging, everything. We know it all. So call us. We worked with many of them before. They all pay our commission. So you work with us, majority of the time, there is no commission to the seller on the big deals, the DSO deals. But also, if the practice is selling for $1 million or more, there's no legal fees. Do not have to pay legal fees. We will reimburse your legal fees upon successful closing. You got to go to closing, but we'll reimburse them based on some very minor criteria. Anyway, so that's on all practices $1 million or more selling for. Everybody gets their legal fees reimbursed. It's worked out quite well, just based on small criteria. Now, what happened? You know, we negotiated the deal. Deal is done. We've agreed on the price. The buyer was happy. The sellers were happy. The buyer was the type of practice the buyer was looking for. You know, $1 million practice in the vicinity that the buyer wanted. And it just really excited. So this was the perfect practice. The buyer said, I've been looking for 2 years. Everything all set. Very happy with the buyer. The sellers were happy with the buyers. I mean, it was like really a match made in heaven, if you want to call it. We negotiated everything. Attorneys are writing the contracts up. All of a sudden, what happens? And the buyer was paying top dollar, but it was worth it because it met their criteria. Now, all of a sudden, the buyer's colleagues, friends, mentors start advising the buyer, dangerous, of what their opinion of the sale price and the terms of the contract. I'm like, wait a minute. How many practices have you guys sold or bought? How many? You mentors, your friends, how many? 2, 3, 4, 5? Well, you know, I've been doing this for 14 years. I sold over 186 of them, plus multiple other transactions beyond that number. So, you got to be kidding me. That you're advising a buyer, you don't have the details, you don't have the statistics, all you hear is what the gross was and what the buyer is paying, and then you're saying it's too much. Well, what do you know about it? Do you know what the year 24 was yielding? How high the gross was in the first half year of 24? Have you seen any of the stats? Have you seen anything else? What have you seen? Did you see all the data reports, the tax return, the discretionary expenses? Have you seen any of that? So here is the problem. When buyers get misinformation or opinions from those not intimately involved in every single detail on the practice, I mean all the reports, all the data, all the tax returns, all the discretionary expenses, all the profit and losses, everything, plus the fact the seller had taken off that 1 year and they dipped down a little bit because of double back vacations and some other reasons. So they only went down 1 year, and then they came back up. They took off almost 2 months a year for a year. They didn't work, almost a month and a half between sickness and travel. So these mentors and these friends are mentioning this. You're paying too much for the practice. What does the word too much mean? What if a practice sends out all the endo, all the perio, all the oral surgery, all the ortho, all the implants, all the implant surgery, everything goes out, and they don't advertise? Doesn't that practice have some at least value? You can call it potential, but at least some extra value? Because if you keep the endo in-house, the oral surgery in-house, implant surgery in-house, your practice could go up 20, 25, 30% in a short period of time. And if you're not advertising, the present seller is not advertising, you can go up 10%. Now you're talking about 25, 35%. It conceivably, my opinion, go up. Do you know that? Do you have a list? You, the mentor, telling the buyer they're paying too much. Do you have that information? Are you armed with all the data? This is the problem when a buyer listens to their friends who are ill-equipped to make an evaluation of a practice that they don't have all of the information on. And it gets everybody upset. Now the buyer's upset, thinks they pay too much money. The seller's pissed off because they've already, had multiple people also wanted to buy the practice. And the buyer and the seller is like, hey, we had a deal, and you're renegotiating the deal because of hearsay. The banker's upset. The attorneys are like, what's going on here? Do we have to start over with a new client, a new contract? The broker, myself, do I have to look for another buyer? I had several of them that I turned away. So this is beware of advice from ill-equipped, ill-informed friends. Be very aware of that. Don't fall into that trap. All right? So, if you like what you're hearing, hit the subscribe button. We have many more videos. I think we're over 500 video now. Don't forget about the cruise. We got the cruise going on January 5th or whatever, 2025. And then I think I'm planning another one in 26. You got to book these cruises well ahead of time. This one in January, woo, this is going to be packed. We have all attorneys, bankers. I'm going to limit the number of people going there. I think we have 3 attorneys, 3 bankers, 1 CPA accountant, 1 dental contractor, 1 dental repair guy. We got a great crew. So we have all kinds of things planned for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So get on it. Get on these cruises. You need a break. And get away from the cold weather. Woo! Especially you guys up in Ohio, Nebraska. Woo, it gets freaking cold. What? Get out of there. Alaska, come on down. It's going to be warm this summer. Anyway, calling you from the beach. I am excited. It is beautiful. Like hardly any clouds in the sky. I've been beaching it all week, but working every single day, doing my emails from the beach, and it's been great. So, got a beautiful day today, Friday. Whew, this is just a gorgeous day. So come on down to the beach. I'll be here. Bye.